Welcome, everyone. So, did I hear change fall out of your pocket while you were watching this up there? I think actually did. So this feels like this. When did you first start Foxfur? Because it seems like it's
a couple of years ago. Yeah, it was all done in bits and pieces over the last 2 years. You know, no budget, typical no budget situation. You know, months would go by, nothing done. Then we get a few hours here and there. I couldn't get back some of the cast. I had to replace cast, and that was an ongoing situation. In the end, it was like I had to get a new Foxfur every time, every bit of a sequence. I couldn't even keep an actress for a complete sequence. But
how many Foxfurs were there, and how many?
6.
How many cameras was it shot on?
It was shot on, I think, 4 or 5 different. Whoever I could get at the time when we were shooting, whoever was available, whoever was around. Which is always the way it is in no budget filmmaking. It's always whoever's around at the moment, and then you just hope that everyone's gonna, nothing will go wrong before shooting day, and it always does, always. And it keeps going on and on and on and on, and the months go by, and it's a miracle if you get anything done. Yeah.
So, what did you start with? What did you get? There's always disasters. You start with a script. Did you have a treat, or where did you?
Yeah, there was a script. Yeah, there's a full-length feature script, and so my intent was just to shoot pieces of the script. And so I kind of approached it as trying to do a near as complete as I can first act. So most of the film is the first act. There's some pieces of other acts of the film, like the Semyasi sequence, I think, is midway. So I just sort of randomly shot whatever was possible to do on a no-budget scale. And I don't think I really had any intent of how it was all going to work when it was all. I just kind of, shot what I could when I could, and figured I'd keep going as far as I could. As far as, it was as far as it was feasible to go. When you can't pay people, or when you're paying people very little, free help or very little low-paying help only goes so far. So you take that to as far as you can go with it. So, but I didn't have any clue as to how long the film would be or how it would all form together. So there's very, very little logical thread to the narrative of the movie, obviously, which is also, a byproduct of making films for no money, because narrative really costs money. You keep your actors together and have good actors and all that stuff.
So what was shot first? It seemed like the end was it shot backwards to forwards, or what was your first footage that you shot? Was it the elves?
Probably the Bodhi tree footage. Yeah, Bodhi tree. And they were very nice to let us. It was kind of surprising they let us shoot there, but I think they were in danger of closing down at the time, and they're gone now. So I think they figured, why not? But also there was a guy named Sean Box who works for the Bodhi tree, who was a fan of. He'd seen Reflections of Evil, so I think he had some inside fan connections that helped that out.
Can you talk about casting this and how you cast Khris and all the Foxfurs and where everyone came from?
Well, most of it, Khris I knew, and always had in mind for that part, and thought it would be great for. Pretty much everyone else I found through LA Casting or one of the online casting sites. I was going through a lot of, actually thousands and thousands of submissions and perusing casting sites and things like that. I think the girl Sarah I found on Now Casting, and the girl who plays Foxfur in the scene with Semyasi at the end. So yeah, just online.
Now, were you aware of Damon before, at any point? And is there another mic over there for you guys?
Nobody had any idea who I was. Yeah,
Right, so what's it like when Damon Packard contacts you, and what does he present this as?
I just got an email. Well, actually, he emailed my manager, and then she just forwarded it to me and said, "Hey, do you want to go meet this guy and audition for his movie?" I was like, "Sure." So I went and met him, and then he emailed me back, and he was like, hey, you want to be Foxfur? And I was like, sure, this will be fun. But I was really doing it for fun, and I enjoy doing this, so it wasn't I wasn't trying to make millions off this film, I was just trying to have a good time with everybody, so.
And do you know what Foxfur, what number of Foxfur were you? Do you know which one was?
She was she was one of the first people. I think she plays Foxfur for the most part. I mean, she has more screen time, I think, than any of the others. So, and she was one of the first. She may have been the first one that I cast. She was definitely one of the first. I can't remember. There were a lot of actresses. There were a lot of. It's so difficult to find interesting people. It's almost impossible when you have no money. Even when you have money, I think it's probably difficult.
Khris is extraordinarily interesting, and in this film you did a wonderful job. And can you talk a little bit about acting in a Damon film? Because there's a very special, I don't know, style, or you're going to be shown in a very strange light. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, Damon, thank you for putting me in your film, and Paris, it was great working with you, and thanks everybody for coming out. It wasn't too much of a challenge because I play myself, so the preparation was, basically wake up, brush my teeth, have breakfast, and show up and read the lines off the script that was taped to the dashboard. That was a lot of fun. Let's see. I don't know. I've had some. I would say, the second city out here helped me out a lot. I don't know really if I'm going to answer your question. I get a little nervous. The second city helped me a lot out here, improv class. So if I appear to feel comfortable on camera, that has to do with going through the second city and acting. And go ahead.
What was the story?
Looks like you're going to interrupt me. Go ahead. Just kidding.
The Levi's and
I'm not mad.
the Levi's and acting in those scenes where they were being stolen. What was that like?
You mean guerrillas filmmaking, stealing the shots? What was it like? It was easy because, in those scenes, we're creating the scenes as if the employees don't care, and employees really don't care.
So it's pretty amazing. Yeah, we were able to get away with a lot of that. Stolen locations, all the locations, bus, everything. Yeah. They threw us out of Toys R Us, but
They did?
it was still pretty easy. Yeah, they eventually, employees, no photography.
Oh, yeah.
But it still wasn't a problem. We were able to get everything we needed before somebody said anything.
How many places, Bogey Tree and Donut Shop, how many places were you got an okay to shoot, or was the Donut Shop?
Donut Shop, actually, thanks to Khris, we got permission to shoot there through the...
I don't remember. What did I do?
I was planning on stealing that too, and it became obvious when